With tomorrow marking the year since Zarutska's death, Michael Watley made a campaign stop at the Charlotte Fraternal Order of Police and the Lodge today. He spoke about public safety following her death. Several local leaders joined him, including Charlotte FOP President Daniel Redford. Redford talked about the impact of Iryna's law and how it's already impacting public safety in Charlotte.
As we approach the one-year anniversary tomorrow of the brutal and sad murder of Iryna Zarutska, we are already seeing the positive impacts that the law passed in her honor is having. An example of success happened recently in the case of Daquan Hunt, who filmed himself brutally assaulting women in the Dilworth area. Thanks to outstanding work by law enforcement and detectives with the Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department, he was arrested and is now being held in jail without bond, all thanks to Iryna's law.
Well, that law, it ends cashless bail for those considered violent or repeat offenders.
But as WCNC Charlotte's Nate Morabito is reporting tonight, the law's intended safety improvements are straining the system with overcrowded jails, overworked employees, and rising costs.
Mecklenburg County is asking where's the money tonight, it sounds like.
Sure are. Here in Mecklenburg County alone, data we analyzed shows the jail population has increased by 30% since Iryna's law took effect. Some of that comes down to more arrests, but of those arrested, the numbers show a higher percentage are getting booked into the jail and then staying several days longer on average. When lawmakers opened the door,
we're going to check for weapons, make sure they don't have anything on them that's going to hurt anybody.
For new safety measures last December,
once they see the nurse, then we'll take them upstairs if they're going to stay.
They set in motion a change that gave judges limited discretion.
Their history plays a lot of part in whether they stay or go now with the magistrates.
And jails, no choice but to hold more arrestees for longer ahead of their trials, regardless of whether they have the space, staffing, or money to do so.
It's been a strain on all our resources.
The impact? Records show the Mecklenburg County Sheriff's Office exceeded its jail capacity of 1,907 inmates earlier this year. In recent weeks, the number of people housed here approached 2,200, forcing the detention center to open additional pods and inmates to sleep on beds on the floor in common areas. The reported financial cost? An estimated $44,000 more every pay period in detention officer overtime.
Our staff they're stressed.
And an extra $660,000 to feed the inmates. And that's all before the Sheriff's Office opens 4 pods at Jail North on September 1st to help with the overcrowding.
Iryna's law has done nothing but hurt the Sheriff's Office.
Major Robert Abey says it's simply not sustainable, especially since lawmakers didn't dedicate any state funding to help.
If they're going to make these changes that are going to hurt the county and hurt our agencies, hopefully they offer some assistance financially.
So far, county taxpayers have picked up the bill, and not just at the jail.
Capacity that is a real thing.
Mecklenburg County Criminal Justice Services is responsible for completing pretrial public safety assessments for every person taken into custody. Assessments judges use to decide whether a person can safely be released on bond. With the increase in jail population, county records show the office went from 900 assessments a month to now more than 1,100, requiring overtime and forcing the office to expand weekend staffing.
Unless we see those numbers really kind of plateau at some point, we will not be able to kind of sustain at the pace that we are at our current staffing capacity.
Director Sonia Harper says her office is in the process of hiring 4 more employees to address the growing need at a cost of $268,000 to the county.
I definitely think that there were, some good intentions behind it.
While she supports the intentions behind Iryna's law of increasing and improving public safety, she says the lack of financial support from the state has an impact of its own.
The one thing that didn't happen is the resources did not come in order for this to be adequately implemented at a local level.
Now, the Mecklenburg County Sheriff's Office says the influx of inmates has also led to another impact: delays in arrest processing, which ties up local officers, forcing them to wait, sometimes for hours, to see a magistrate rather than being on the streets available to respond to 911 calls. Gaston and Cabarrus County say Iryna's law has played a role in increased inmate numbers there too. On the other hand, the Union County Sheriff's Office told us in Union County, its jail has not seen the spike in inmate numbers that officials there expected.